How is the holidays in your household?
Well, listen, in my household, if you talking to a woman, talk about yourself. See, I'm interested in myself, so I got stuff to talk about all day because I'm talking about my stuff, what I like, what I do.
Now, if she talking about some money, I'm all ears. What makes me extraordinary? I'm gonna say basically,
It's something I learned when I was younger, right? It's called the art of learning how to play a broad away from you.
they be like, what's your birthday? I don't know none of that. I just be like, listen, baby, like, what can we do to make some money?
When I was younger, my uncle, he would sit us down in these little game sessions, right? Do you think when a boss player wake up in the morning, he worried about a bitch? We said no. He said, so why you always worry about the bitch?
Whoever's gonna drop off is gonna drop off. Whoever's gonna go up top with you, they're gonna go up top with you.
I feel like if you don't act in the way you want to be, you'll never end up being it.
If they know they with a high-ranking person, they should act like they're with a high-ranking person. They come and treat you like Tyrone at Burger King.
You taking her on this date to pay for this meal to hopefully get some. Then you pay for some. Have I actually gave a prostitute some money?
Yes, I have paid for. I paid probably anywhere from some girls was going for $500, some girls are going for $5,000, some girls are going for $12,000.
What's the difference between a $12,000 and a $500?
$500.
How many girls have y'all slept with in one day?
In one day? Let me be honest. So,
all right, the first question is, what is the best way to break up with a broad?
You go ahead and take that one first.
the best way to break up with a broad, I think, is simply just not picking up the phone anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I just probably would never text her back or never call. I would just basically just block her on all social media, all platforms. What you think?
Man, you see, it's something I learned when I was younger, right? It's called the art of learning how to play a broad away from you, right? Because you cut a woman off these days, they don't like rejection. So when you cut a woman off, she liable to go lying, slandering your name, going to the police. So you got to learn how to play a broad away from you, which means you got to make her think it was her idea to break up with you. You got to be texting her like, hey, you still good? I hope we still. You got to make sure she's cool, you know, because if you do what you did, man, you ain't no telling. You're going to be all on social media, the shade room, all that.
But I'm saying though, what if you still be in good grace with her, you know what I mean? And she still does that. What if she crazy?
Well, shit, you know, you fucked up, but at least you can mitigate that if you learn how to play the broad away from you, and then don't act happy for 3 months after you break up with her too.
Okay. Gang gotta go to you.
The next question is, what do you recommend for struggling to hold a conversation?
See, this your problem right here, right? If you talking to a woman, talk about yourself. See, I'm interested in myself, so I got stuff to talk about all day because I'm talking about my stuff, what I like, what I do. You know what I'm saying? Right. So stop trying to talk to the broad about what she want to talk about, right? Because broads like silly things, so you're going to be talking about some silly stuff. So talk about what you like to talk about your interests, and she going to be into that.
That's a funny shit. I ain't gonna lie, he right though. I want to only really talk about me, what I got going on. I mean, I'm kind of interested in what Shorty talking about, but not really, honestly. So it's kind of like, I'm more like, I'm gonna be honest. Now, if she talking about some money,
Right.
If she talking about some money, I'm all ears, especially if she can help me make some money. But most of the time, like bro said, it's gonna be a whole lot of silly conversations about what's your favorite color, what sign you're in. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, they be like, what sign are you? I don't even know what sign I am. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, what's your birthday? I don't know none of that shit. I just be like, listen, baby, like, what can we do to make some money? That's my main goal. So
Right, you got to have a destination. See, you don't get nowhere with the woman because you have no destination. You talking in circles. You got to have deadly intentions with everything you saying. Everything I say to a woman, it's leading her to where I want to go. See, you're not leading her anywhere. You're just talking about a bunch of nothing. That's why I get more from a woman in 1 week than you gonna get in 5 dates, because I know exactly what I wanted from the moment we get together. Everything I'm doing is leading us to that conclusion.
I want to ask Game Guy Goldie some things, right? How is the holidays in your household? The holidays. Christmas, um, Valentine's Day.
Well, listen, in my household, we don't celebrate holidays. We make up our own holidays. Like the world, society don't put on me, tell me when I get to spend my money, when I gotta go shopping. I do it when I want to. Now for my son, I do it just cause he like it. But for me and my women and stuff like that, nah. We not just gonna do this cause it's Valentine's Day. I'm gonna buy you something nice when I feel like you should have it, just whenever.
Exactly.
You know, I don't like having to do it on certain days. And my money might not be right on Christmas. It might not, but it might be right another time. So I make up my own rules in my household.
Same though. That's what I wanted to get to. Basically, every day or every other day or every weekend, it's Christmas.
Man, I say the same thing, man. Every day I don't trip off my birthday because every day my birthday.
Literally,
I take a random trip any
literally.
day. I buy some fly shit every day, buy jewelry every day.
We went on a million trips.
Yeah.
We done been all over the world. Like we do this not just on our birthdays. We do it. I'd be like, damn, this feels like Cabo was like a birthday trip.
Yeah.
Every trip we've been on it was like a birthday trip or a big celebration. So that's how we treat life.
I don't believe in waiting for a day to do something special. Exactly. You don't know if you're gonna be here tomorrow. So I'm gonna live. Everybody wanna wait and live at the end. I'm gonna live all the way through.
No cap.
What makes you extraordinary? What would you tell it?
What makes me extraordinary? I'm gonna say basically the way I move, the way I think. You know, I'm real like focused about my life, everything that I do. I'm always chasing goals. Like I'm not really like into the whole thing where it comes to like straight love. So if she into love, like what? I mean, I don't know. What you think, bro?
Well, it's like this. If a woman asks me, and this is my honest response, if a woman asks me what makes me extraordinary, I wouldn't answer. One, a woman ain't gonna be questioning me on the spot like that, first off. Number two, everybody talk about who they are. Everybody talk about how real they are. Everybody talk about how 100 they are, right? And most people aren't. So I'll tell baby, look, just watch me. Because I can tell you anything. Everybody's told you everything. Everybody sold you a dream. Everybody said how great they was. Baby, just look and see. And you tell me how great I am later.
From the past women that hurt you?
No, I haven't. And I feel like it's best not to heal, right? It's like when you heal from something, you forget. When you forget, you forgive. And then it's going to happen again. The best lessons that I've had in my life was the ones that sting the most. So, you know, I don't like to forget. I don't like to heal. I like to remember what a woman's done so I never let it happen again, right? A lot of people say, you know, you got to forgive. I don't forgive because when you forgive, you forget. And if you forget, you're going to let it happen again.
Do you give females second chances? Have you ever doubled back on a chick?
So listen, it depends on the woman. It depends what she did. I mean, that's too much of a blanket statement to say second chances. It depends how bad the offense was. Certain things, you know, you can never come back from. But certain things, depending on how much time and energy and work she done put in, depending on how dedicated she been, she might be able to slide a little bit. But for the most part, it's like this. I'm gonna cut you off the first time, right? If she been with me a while, put in her time, put in her work, I might give her a second chance.
How does a boss player day look? Is he ever worried about the broad?
Oh, okay, I love this, right? So when I was younger, my uncle, he would sit us down in these little game sessions, right? And we asked him about this, asked him about that, and he said, listen, why y'all always worried about the broad? He said, how do you think a boss player day goes, right? He went one by one and asked us, oh, how you think it go? We said what we said. He said, okay, do you think when a boss player wake up in the morning, he worried about a bitch? We said no. He said, so why you always worried about the bitch? A boss player is worried about his business, his money, his health, and a whole multitude of other things, right? So you can't be a boss player and be worried about a broad. If you always worried about a broad, you're not a boss.
Number one assignment for a woman after you got her?
Dedication, right? Because I could put her on a play, I could put her on a route, but first I got to know if she dedicated. So I'm going to set up little things on a regular basis to see. Little tests here and there that she won't even know is tests to see how dedicated she is, to see how loyal she is. How many times do I got to ask her to do stuff? Do I have to ask her to do things that she should just normally want to do? That's going to be the first thing, you know, because you want to know if she's dedicated enough before you put her on a route and she fuck it up.
How to deal with a woman that already has a baby with another man?
Shit. I'ma just deal with her like I deal with any other woman. You know, it really don't make a difference to me if she got a baby by another dude, you know, unless that interaction with that dude is giving me a problem. I actually like women with kids, you know, because they're a little bit more responsible. You know, they got to think before they do stuff. They not just gonna take a random trip to Dubai with some scammer. You know what I'm saying? They got to be responsible. So I like women with kids.
So look, I want to ask you about that then. Let's say you meet a girl, she got kids, and you know you see actions in the girl. Like, let's say if you wanted a kid, but you see different actions in her, how she treat her kids.
Oh yeah.
You ever pay attention to that? You be
all
like,
day.
it's like I can't have a kid by you
Man,
because,
hell
like, why the
no.
fuck the pepper ain't changed, or like why you ain't doing this or that, or why you always dropping the kid off? Like, all that stuff matters, type shit. Like,
I be trying
so-
to tell you, hey man, listen, cause that's her blood. You gotta see how she treat her kids,
Yes, bro.
Cause she's never gonna love you more than she love her kids.
exactly.
Yeah, that's deep.
I was thinking about. I was just like, there is no way if you got kids and you treating your kids like this,
Yeah.
like, baby, like I'm paying attention to that. So
Yeah.
then I'm like, I'm just a guy, so I'm like, who gets more love? You know what I mean? Type vibe. So it's kind
Yeah.
of like I be thinking about that when I meet
Man,
girls. It's like, if I want another baby, can I have a baby by you?
Yeah, man, that's deep. That's deep.
What else?
Do you believe in faking it until you make it?
Man, I believe in you gotta act as if before.
Yeah, you do.
You know, so I mean, some people may call it faking, but I
It's
feel
called
like
manifesting.
yeah, I feel like if you don't act in the way you want to be, you'll never end up being it.
Okay.
What age were you when your mindset shifted and everything clicked?
Man, I think that's a farce. That's a myth. There's no one time where everything just changed.
Right.
I mean, it's multiple times when things change, but it was never just one moment.
I feel like you have to go through bad
yeah,
to actually see good, and
Yeah.
you had to like manifest early on. You had to watch a certain rap group or a certain rap video, or you want to be like this big time drug dealer, a big time scammer.
yeah.
You had to see people get locked up and see people, you know, lose their jobs, sleep in their cars.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
whole
yeah.
lot of ups and downs to actually get
Yeah.
successful. So it can't really be like
Yeah, I've had plenty of pivotal moments, right? One of the first ones is when I went to jail because that made me start reading. Before, cheated my whole way through school. So that was the first time I read a book, and that had me reading ever since. A woman would be okay with divorcing and getting the lawyers involved to make sure she's straight, but she won't want the man to come with a prenup with the lawyers to make sure that he's straight in the beginning. And it's only because it's a scam. Because in a fair world, a woman would come into the situation and say, I didn't build any of this. So therefore, I don't want to put you in a contract where I could walk away and take all of this. So only a woman who's trying to scam you, who has ulterior motives, is going to be and have a problem with a prenup.
I mean, I just feel like me, like the marriage thing, it's not really it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if you're gonna be a bond connected as far as with God and the girl, you can do that. But as far as like, you know, the United States and going down there and getting the papers signed,
I say that all the time.
that shit
Yeah,
is
I ain't putting them
deal
people
with
in
it.
my business like
Nah.
that. You know.
And then like the alimony and like, yeah, no, I'm cool. Yeah.